Hi, welcome to episode number 9, lesson number 9 of Learn to Read with Bruce. Before we start today, I want to direct your attention over here to the whiteboard. And I have some information here about Ed Caldwell. I want to say a real special thanks a lot to Ed. I emailed him last week and asked him to send me the 5 books that we're using in the program, and he just charged me. I said it'd be about $39 for all 5. And he said he'd send an invoice with them. So if you're interested, by the way, in getting your own copies, you can look him up at caldwellreading.com. Here's his address. Notice he's on Huckleberry Lane up in Morgantown. I think it's really cool that the guy that wrote this series lives on a street named after one of Mark Twain's characters. And here's his phone number, all right? But the interesting thing was that he said he'd send an invoice to me with the package. And I want to just show you something interesting on that invoice. If we can put that on for a second and maybe blow it up right here at the one part. Right up about there. You see the books are $6, $7, and $8 for the first 3, and then the last 2 are $9. They're quite a bit thicker. He knows we're a non-profit organization. We're not making any money here, so he did it as a giveaway. The amount that we owed was this. So Ed didn't even charge me, which was really generous of him, I think. I really appreciate it. Of course, I appreciate the fact that he's letting me use his materials for the program. If he weren't, I really didn't have much of a program to do, because I've been using these for so many years, and I think they're very effective. When I'm finished with each book, the book will go to the Elkins Public Library. In fact, book number 1, lessons 1 through 5, is there right now, ready for checkout. Lessons 9 and 10 will finish the second book, and then the book will be at the library in the same condition of readiness for people to check out. So if you're interested in working on your own, there are a lot of things in the books that we don't do. We just mainly do the story. Ed has some other activities in there that you can do. So, we'll go ahead and get started with this week's song. It's a short one. It's one of the old standards. Little tune called On the Sunny Side of the Street. I thought it'd be a nice one to do during the beginning of our long winter here in Elkins. So we'll try to think of the sunny side of the street. And rather than follow word for word, Jane's just going to go down line by line now, so it won't be so distracting for you, the reader. And it's not a real fast one. It's not at all like Nashville Cats, which went kind of a mile a minute. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to... We lost the words. Start it again. Okay. Ready? Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear a pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. All right, now if we could put up the next one that shows how many of the words you should already be able to read. Should be right underneath that. There we go. Like I've been doing for the past weeks, I underlined words that if it has one line under it, it's from the first 100 words, 2 lines under it. Where's a 2-line word? Don't see any 2 lines, but if it has 3 lines, it's from the third 100 words. If it has a circle, that's one of our units. Now, I also did something new this week. If you see it highlighted, it's a word that we don't have a clue about. So in the whole song, we have sunny, grab, hat, direct, there's sunny again, pat, step, happy tune, there's sunny again, shade and afraid, blues and parade, dust and rich are the only words that you might not be able to decode on your own because you haven't had they don't have Caldwell units and they're not sight words. But out of the whole song, there's quite a bit of it that you should know. One I like was Rockefeller. I think it's the longest word in the song. It's, of course, our state senator, Jay Rockefeller. It has 3 units in it. It's almost a total unit word. We have a R, rock, feller. So, again, an illustration of what the Caldwell units can do in terms of decoding longer words. All right? Okay. Let's go ahead and do our exercises. This is the next to the last time that we'll do these. So, following along, left hand out, circle to the left, to the middle, to the right, and 2 times, back to the middle, counterclockwise, clockwise, and back to the middle. Right hand, same thing. Once. Reminder, you should be doing these on your own at home every day for 3 to 5 minutes a day for each exercise. Just to help your brain grow, to make those connections. Both hands together, big circle left, big one right. Counterclockwise, clockwise. One more time. And that's 3. Okay, can we move that up a little bit so we can see all the units? I might need to back off the wrong way. There we go. Okay. The cross crawl in the standing position. Right hand, left knee, and left hand, right knee, and I'll just go through the units quickly. So we go able, ack, ale, ain, ache, and, art, ation, a, can. We need to move it up just a little bit. We're missing scent. Scent. Now down some. That's good. Up just a little. We can get rid of those letters at the top. That's good. Okay. Ed, e, l, n, end, ent, s, est. Ik, ite, ike. Il, im, ing. Ip, ish, ist. O, och, oi, old, oo. Or, ound, ow. Oi, shun, and the use, and Now, if you really want to go for the burn here, you don't have to do your hands. My kid's in school. I need to get on the camera there, Jer. Okay, we're doing the hands. If you really want to go, you can do elbows to opposite knees if you really want to burn some calories, okay? I don't ordinarily do that, but you're welcome to if you feel like really trying to work up a sweat. Okay, the hookups. Left hand, wrist over right, left ankle over right. Bring your hands in to your sternum. And take a breath. And switch, right over left and right over left. And again, these exercises are found on a place called Brain Gym, BrainGym.com. You can go on the internet and find whole bunches of them. These are the 4 that I like. And the final one is just close your eyes and think of a giant X, because the letter X crosses in the middle. All right. Okay, let's review the previous units. The one that goes sideways. Okay. And move that, just cover give me the first 8, please. Over to the left some. Okay, down, right there. Let's see if we can make them. I don't know if we get any bigger or not. Need me to move it down just a little bit. That's good. Got a little bit. Okay. All right. So these are the first 8 units. Can you move to the left just a hair? Okay. So our single letters M, R, S, W, B, P, J, H, T. So we got M, S, W, B, P, J, H, T. Our blends SMA, SWA, BRA, PRA, SPA, SPRA, SH, STA, STRA, th, or the, thra, and tra. Here's our units: ale, an, a, ake, ing, ent, ound, and ik, ain, est, ac, il, im, and an e. Our sight words is the, in, with, into, of, to, on, from, she, girl, by, was, I, said, and he, his. There's that comma sticking out in the middle of nowhere. Now our new ones, if you go ahead and just move it down for lesson 9. Lesson 9. That was just down one line. There we go. Okay. Just a little bit more on the right there. Thank you. Okay. New letter sound F. He blends the F with the R from up above. Fra, like a friend. L and ish are our two new units today. And our sight words are A and who. Watch out for the word who. I had kids all the time in school getting it mixed up with how, because they put the H and the O and put the W at the end. If the W is in the front, it's who, not how. Okay, so we're ready for our story, Caldwell's Story, Lesson 9. And today we're just going to go down a line at a time. I'm not going to stand up there and distract you by trying to do word by word. We're just going to move down a line or so at a time. And it's Ray's Swelling Feet and Finger. And this is the new book. You notice the pictures are now marked off by a margin. And Ray looks like he's in a little bit of pain right now. So, okay, you got your thing to go down the line at a time, the blank page. Okay, all right. Could you mind reading?
Ray's mail sack makes his feet swell and sting. He takes his tender, swelling feet to Tish's wishing well. His wish is to free his feet from pain.
Okay, question 1, what makes Ray's feet hurt? Let's look back. Feet swell and sting, his mail sack. All right, and what does he wish at the wishing well? He wants to free his feet from pain. Okay, there's Tish telling Ray something.
Tish tells Ray to rest his ailing feet by sailing and fishing in the bay.
So the question is, what is Tish's cure for Ray? Go sailing and fishing. I think fishing is probably a common cure around these parts, too.
Tish says, who will fish and sail with Ray? Who will take Ray to rest his feet? May says, I will take the ailing mailman fishing. On the way to the bay, May found 3 round shells in the sand. A bee springs from a shell and rests on Ray's hand.
Blank will take Ray fishing. May says, I will take the ailing mailman fishing. So you put May in the blank. Can you do the line by line thing with the page, or is that too? Looks like Ray got a bee sting.
The bee stings Ray on his ring finger. The stinger makes Ray's finger pain and swell. May takes the stinger from Ray's finger.
What happened to poor Ray on the way to the bay? I gave it away when I said, looks like Ray got stung by a bee. How does May try to help him? May takes a stinger from Ray's finger. Ray's still not looking too good.
Ray is weeping. He is in pain from his finger and his feet. Ray tells May the bee stinger may make him faint.
Are there questions? No questions on that one? Ray's relaxing.
May makes a mound of sand to rest his feet. May makes a mound of sand to rest his feet on. Resting his feet on the mound of sand will end Ray's fainting spell and may banish the swelling in his finger.
What is May doing now to help Ray? She makes a mound of sand so Ray can put his feet on it. Do you think putting his feet up will really help? Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't look like it's making the crab very happy though. It's like they're taking off for somewhere.
Ray wakes and smells the bay. He springs to his feet and he and May make tracks to the bay.
No questions on that page?
May tells Ray to fish and rest, and she will tend the sail. May sails by the reef, and Ray fills his pail with a string fish.
And I think maybe there's a misprint there. I think it's supposed to be a string of fish there. I'm not certain. Blank tends the sails. May tells Ray to fish and rest, and she will tend the sails. So May's helping with the sails. Ray's looking a lot happier now.
Ray says May takes the best fishing track in the bay. Fishing in the bay with May is the best way to rest his swelling feet.
Question 9, why does Ray say May takes the best track? Well, if you look at the picture, it looks like he caught quite a few fish there. I think he's happy about that. Does Ray enjoy fishing with May? Sure seems like it. Why do we think so? Because he said May takes the best fishing track in the bay. He's happy, and if you look at the picture, he's smiling. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can just flash on it. These are some, now, at the library, at the Elkins Public Library, I've left these lists of words. These are the words for Lesson 9. These are extra words that weren't in the story. They're all words that you should be able to decode using the units and the single letter sounds that we've had. Notice they're getting longer now, like banishment. You have an an ish, and an ent there. Fisherman, ish, an. Foundering, ound, and ing. These are all units that we've had. And the next page has some more. Could you just slide the book over to the left a little bit? I want to show them something. Yeah, just over to the left a little further to get on that page. Okay, and bring it down. Now this says words to try for Lesson 9, consonants. Although the consonant that's underlined in each word has not been introduced, try to figure out as many words as you can. The number before each word is the number of times you're likely to see each word if you read about 1,000,000 words. So for example, the word floundering will probably appear about twice in 1,000,000 words of reading. Freewheelers statistically will show up once. The word freed would show up about 12 times. Dish, 16 times. That's what these numbers are at the beginning. They're just showing you the incidence, the frequency of the word. Feeling would show up about 172 times out of 1,000,000 words. Okay? All right. Time for practice number 9. Jane will read me the questions, and I'll answer them over on the whiteboard here. I'll try to pause and give you time to answer at home. If you have your paper numbered 1 to 20, you're all ready to go. And our units were L and ish, I believe, today. So I'll write them up here.
Spell fell.
Okay, fell. Obviously, we're using the first unit, the L unit. I want the f sound.
Drop one letter and add 2 to spell spell.
We still have to have L. We're going to drop the F, and we want 2 letters that sound like sp, which would be s and p, spell.
Change one letter to spell swell.
Well, we have the s, but we got a p, we want a w there. So we're going to change that p to a w. And isn't that swell? Used to have a little girl in school that hated it when I said things were swell.
Change one unit to spell swish.
So we have the sw here. We're going to keep that. And now we want ish.
Change 2 letters to spell a girl's name, Trish.
We still have the ish sound, but we want a tr. And it's a girl's name, so we need a capital letter and t, capital T, and Trish.
Drop 2 letters and add a letter to spell fish.
Okay, well, we don't have a t or an r sound there, so we're going to keep the ish, and we're back to our f sound.
Spell swelling.
Swelling, swa. L, ing.
Spell frail.
frail. And that's an old unit. If we think back to lesson 1, we had the an, ale, and a units. So I have my ale unit, which is AIL, and I want fr, not just f, 2 letters, f and r, frail.
Spell A.
Spell what? Oh, A. Our sight word today. It's just a single letter, A.
Spell who.
And as I mentioned, this can be a tricky one, but just remember who starts with a W, which almost should make you think of an owl if you make a little picture out of the W.
Write the letter of the last sound in sticks.
Sticks. S.
Write the letter of the last sound in imp.
Imp. P.
Write the letter of the first sound in fending.
Fending. F. It's our new letter sound this week.
Write the letter of the first sound in jeeps.
Jeeps. In some cases, it could be the letter G, because G can have the hard sound of G or the soft sound, but we're going to go with the J for Jeeps.
Write the letter of the fourth sound in sending.
Fourth sound in sending. S, E, N, D, D, D.
Write a word that rhymes with fell.
Fell, spell, swell. I'm going to go with the first one, spell.
Write a word that rhymes with fish.
Swish, trish, fish. I'll pick swish.
Write a word that rhymes with spelling.
Spelling. There's no ings in here. Here's a swelling or frail. Swelling, spelling, sounds like a rhyme to me.
Write the letter of the final sound in fishing.
Fishing. Fishing. And people don't often accent the end letter like that because they say fishin', but it's actually fishing.
Write a 2-syllable word from lesson 9.
Fell, spell, swell, swish, trish, fish, swelling, frail, ahu, swelling. And reading tip.
Go back and reread some of the stories in your text that we've already read in class. See if they're easier to read the second time.
Of course, we're not in a class and we don't have a textbook, but if you have gotten copies of the Caldwell stories for lessons 1 through 8, and you can get one, 9 will be at the library now, just practice reading them 2 or 3 times a day. Okay? Because the more you practice, the easier it gets, the smoother you get, the more fluent you get, and the more fun it is. All right? So let's get the page up for the instant words on our board here. And we're still on the first column, so if you can block off the other 2, we're just going to go down 101 to 125. And maybe, do we need to make them bigger, Jerry, or can you get them big enough? Huh?
No, I got it.
You got it. Okay. All right. So, number 101 is new. Sound, you should notice, there's your ound unit. Take, again, we have the ache unit. Only, no units there. Little, just got to learn it. Work has the or unit. No has the o unit. Place, no units in that. Year, no, but does have the word ear in it. Live or live, me, back has the ac unit. Give, most. Very has the unit, although we don't say very, we say very. After has the unit. Thing, there's our ing unit. Hour, no units, but it's just 3 letters. There's just. Can we slide up? Go ahead. No, thank you. Name, no units, but you see it anytime you fill out an application. Good has the unit, the double O, which we'll be coming up on in a few weeks. Sentence has an ent and an n. 2 units right together there. Man has the an unit. Think has no units. And say, there's our AY unit from lesson 1. So quite a few of the words now do contain units. So that should help you get them in your head, the sight words. Okay? Now we need the single page of the story, and we'll just do a little bit of unit searching. I'll get a marker. And this is just an activity you can do. You don't have to do it. If you just want to just practice reading, that's fine too. But as I said, my students really enjoyed doing this, just searching for the units. So we got Ray has an A, swelling, L and ing, feet, E, and is a unit, ing, and the whole title. Lesson, by the way, has an S unit. We haven't done it yet, but it's a unit. A, ale, ack, ache, E, L, and ing, ache, end, and L and ing, E, ish, that's one of our new ones today, ish and ing, L, ish, E, and ain. Okay, it'll take us about probably 10 or 15 minutes to do the whole page, and you can get that page at the Elkins Library and do them on your own. But that's, and notice I'm not spelling them, I'm saying them. Don't spell the units out. Just say the unit. That will get it into your brain a lot better. Because we don't spell usually when we read. We just read the word. So, okay, we can just leave it blank. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the make a word. So you just go ahead and slide that off. Thank you. And our units are L and ish. So again, go through your alphabet. A, B, C, D works. E, F, G, H. Lest anybody be offended, we'll add an O on the end there. I, J. Let's add an O to that one too. K, L, M, N. So we got, a bunch of Bell, Del, Fell, Hello, Jello, Nell, Ish. A, B, C, D. E, F. G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Not so many for ish, are there? S, T, U, V, W. Not so many with the wish, but we can add other units to it and get some extra words. The ing unit works a lot. So you can start building on that way. And you can also use the blends that are in the main Caldwell sheet, like fra and spra and thra and tra and all of those, okay? Now it's time to review the song by writing it. And once again, we're going to listen to Is, the music of Is. This will be the third time I've played this song for you, the Hawaiian version of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I'm going to do something different today when I write the song. Make it a little bit bigger here. It's a really good brain exercise. Can we move over to the right a little bit? And down, that's good. Thank you. I'm going to write with my non-dominant hand. I'm right-handed, but I'm going to write today with my left hand. And it's going to be pretty sloppy, but it's a good brain exercise. It helps to just rewire your brain or to just help you make new connections up there. So we're going to put Is on. Take it back to the beginning.
Twinkle, twinkle.
There we go. Is our volume good, Kevin? play all the way today because I want you to get that melody in your head. We're going to hear it one more time with lesson 10, then we're going to be doing something with that melody, starting with lesson 11. I guess not too bad for my non-dominant hand. I can read most of the words up there. Can you zoom in there, Jerry?
Yeah, I was all the
Yeah.
time.
What I noticed doing it, of course, I'm writing, raising, made my arm very tired. I'm not used to writing with that arm. My right hand, I've done it for years, 30 years in the classroom, but my left hand got tired rather quickly.
You got
So-
better as you went.
Yeah, you think? it's a toss-up, I think. All right, so got a little real-life reading here with Dave Barry, and then we're going to finish out with our song. So I'm going to slide over to the Elmo, and this is On Music by Dave Barry. Okay, just can I pop in there for a second? Just oh, I need to erase that though. Go. Can't have that on the board. Last week I read from Mark Twain, one of my favorite authors. Dave Barry is another of my favorite, and I'm going to be sharing favorite authors with you. So, yeah, I'll just go.
You got a microphone there.
Yes. So, I'll try not to step on your cord there. Okay. But I was rereading this book. I got it years ago. It's called Bad Habits, 100% fact-free book by Dave Barry. Okay, so this was one of his first ones. So I want to just slip down here to a part about music, where he talks about, let's see if I can make this a little bigger. There we go. The principal difference between rock and roll and classical music is that your average piece of classical music has about a dozen melodies and no words, whereas your average rock and roll song has one melody, sometimes less, and about a dozen words. When rock and roll composers are in a hurry to finish songs so they can get to important luncheon dates, they sometimes make up some of the words. Take, for example, the words to the 1960s hit rock and roll song, Sittin' in La La. We have a dog we call La La at home, by the way. Sittin' in La La, waiting for my ya-ya, uh-huh, uh-huh. Sittin' in La La, waiting for my ya-ya, uh-huh, uh-huh. Next page. Again. Probably the composer planned to go back and put in real words for La La and Ya Ya, but before he could get around to it, somebody released a song and it sold several million records. Another example is Land of a Thousand Dances, whose composer evidently got called away to an urgent appointment after he had written only 2 words. I said na 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 na. Okay, so there's that song. Some of you may have heard it. The other kinds of regular music you can make money from are country music, which is popular with people who like songs about drunken infidelity but requires singers with funny clothes and southern accents. Big band music, which is popular with people who like big bands but requires big bands. And easy listening music, which is popular in elevators and supermarkets but can be sung only by groups of heavily sedated suburbanites. Here's the most important part. You should steer clear of jazz, opera, folk, marching band, and bagpipe music. The market for these is minuscule. You will never see hordes of fans clamoring for the autograph of a bagpiper. So, I had to tell all the people in the band about that and break their hearts, but oh well. So, we're going to go back to our original song and leave you with that. Once again, I want to thank everybody for their help. Jerry on camera, Kevin on sound, Jane on Elmo, Dr. Ferris and Randolph County Schools for letting us use the building, Dee Roth for letting us use her classroom and for giving us the access to it. So one more time, sunny side of the street. Yeah, we'll need to make that smaller. Yeah, just turn it the other way. Other way. Yeah, crank it down. Now you had it. Now, here we go. Just flip it the opposite direction. Okay. All right. There's no need to do the line by line this time. We've already done it. Over to the right a little bit. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear pitter pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. So here's hoping you walk on the sunny side of the street and have fun reading. See you next time. Hi, welcome to episode number 10, lesson number 10 of Learn to Read with Bruce, the program that hopes to help adults or anyone who's having trouble with reading to not have trouble with reading and be able to read fluently and enjoy reading. You can see I'm wearing my official West Virginia Highlanders bagpipe band shirt in honor of the real-life reading I did at the end of last lesson where Dave Barry said that bagpipers never get asked for autographs. So there's to you, Dave Barry. I'm going to start today with a song by the Bee Gees. And Jerry and I were talking beforehand. This is from before their disco period when they just did kind of pop rock songs. And the song is called Words, and it's a perfect song. We're almost at the halfway point here now in our program. This is lesson 10. There are 21 lessons altogether. So I thought this would be a nice one for half the way through. So it's Words by the Bee Gees. Smile, an everlasting smile. A smile could bring you near to me. Don't ever let me find you gone, 'cause that would bring a tear to me. Needs to go over to the left a little bit. This world has lost its glory. Let's start a brand new story now, my love. Right now, there'll be no other time, and I can show you how, my love. Talk in everlasting words and dedicate them all to me. And I will give you all my life. I'm here if you should call to me. You think that I don't even mean a single word I say. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. So that's Words. Great old love song by the Bee Gees. And now if we'll go ahead and put up the one that has the underlining on it, should be right underneath there. Next page, the underlines and the, there we go. And I really like this song because if you'll see here, almost every word in the song is one that by now you should be able to just about figure out on your own. Okay, especially in the second half of it. Let's move this up and bring it out just a little. Okay. So the title line, words, we got a unit. It's a word itself. The word word is one of the first 100. Now these are the names Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibbs, so they're not instant words or Caldwell words so much, but everything else on the line. And by the way, the Bee Gees is a great Caldwell name for a band. You got double E there. Okay, but looking down through it, especially, like look at the last line here. Every single word is either a sight word or has the units in it, saying this whole second verse. Because what I've done again is I've highlighted where there's a word that you might not be able to do. And you have 1, smile, 2, gone, 3, tear, 4, lost, 5, love, and that's it. There are 5 words in this song that are not decipherable either by Caldwell or instant words. This here is not part of the song. It just says repeat last line twice, which is a direction to the singer. So, again, giving you an idea of the power of the Caldwell reading program and the instant words that we're combining with that. This isn't a graded level reading assignment. It's a real life song from the 1960s or 70s. 60s, Jerry says, okay? So it's not kid stuff, it's grown up stuff, and it's also a beautiful song. I really kind of preferred their pre-disco stuff. Jerry was telling me while we were talking earlier, he liked the disco too because he thought they did a nice job with the disco stuff. So, all right, so words. Now we're on to our brain exercises for the last time. This is the last time I'm doing them with you on camera. You should know them by now. You should have them memorized in your head. You should be doing them for 3 to 5 minutes a piece every day. So here we go. You can go ahead and take that off right now. I just leave the blank screen. Thank you. Okay, left hand, middle, counterclockwise, middle, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, left and right, middle, right hand. Nice, smooth, big circles. Always coming back to the middle. I'm just doing 3. Again, you should do it for 3 to 5 minutes each. If you do each one for about a minute or 2 or a minute and a half, then this whole exercise will take you about 3 to 5. Okay. Always coming back to the center. And there we are. So that's the last time for Lazy 8s. You're on your own now for the next 11 lessons. Go ahead and put up the units now if you would. And we'll do the cross crawl, which is really the standing thing. Okay, let's see if we can get them all on there. Slide it up. We don't need the alphabet letter. Up a little more. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And I'll just sort of stand here to the side. Well, yeah. I don't really need to be there. They know what I'm doing. So Jerry's going to focus on them. We're going to go right down through the units. So right hand, left knee, left hand, right knee. Here we go. Able, ack, ale, ain, ache, an, art, ation, a, can, sent. Ed, e, l, n, end, ent, s, est, ick, ite, ike, il, im, ing, ip, ish, ist, o, och, oi, old, oo, or, ound, ow, oi, shun and shun, That's the 44 Caldwell units. Those are the things that you got to get in your head. You have about half of them now. You should be recognizing quite a few of those as I'm saying them while I'm doing the exercise. Okay, hookups. Right wrist over left, right ankle over left. Bringing your fingertips to your sternum. Again, this one can be done sitting down, just like all of them actually. I just prefer doing them standing up. Then switch, left wrist over right, left ankle over right, into your sternum. And take a nice breath. Okay, and then sit back, think of a great big letter X, giant letter X, because it crosses the middle, like that, all right? And we'll get started reviewing our previous units. We're up to lesson 10 now. We just need the first 9 underlined there. Okay. Now you're good over to the left. No, to the right. Need to see the number. Okay. And we're down to oi, oi, right here. If you can cover the rest of that up. Actually, go down to the L and ish if you cover up to there. To lesson 9. Further up. Keep going. Here. Here you go. Okay. All right, so single sounds M, R, S, W, P, B, P, J, H, T, F, M, S, W, B, P, J, H, T, and F. Sm, Sw, Br, Pr, Sp, Spr, Sh, St, Str, Th, or the, Thr, Tr, and last week we had Fr. Our units, al, an, a, ing, and ound, and ik, ain, est, ac, il, im, and e, l, and ish. In our sight words, is the, in with, into, of, to, on, from, she, girl, by, was, I said, he, his, a, who. Now if we'll slide it down just one line, we'll see the new lesson. Just one line. There we go. This week we have letter L, L, and we have 4 new blends, blah, fla, pla, and sla, combining with letters from above, B and the L, F and the L, and so forth. Our units are interesting this week. They both have the same sound, but they have 2 different spellings, oi and oi, exactly the same sound. So we get kind of 2 for the price of 1 in terms of sounds, 2 spellings. We got a little different sight words here. We's easy enough, but we got walk and talk. You know, both words have a silent L in the middle. We don't say walk and talk. We say walk and talk. Actually sounds like O-C-K, but it's A-L-K in English. Again, you know, these don't make so much sense as we'd like them to. So there's our new ones. Oi, oi, walk, talk, we, and the L sound. So we'll go ahead now and start with story number 10 from the book. Okay. That blank sheet somewhere. Is it on the floor? That half sheet to just cover up the lines with? There we go. And Jane's going to read The Girls Make a Plan. And by the way, this book, since we're finishing the story today, this book will join book number 1 down in the Elkins-Randolph County Library, available for checkout. Anybody who wants to get it and see what extra stuff's in it and to practice on their own. So here we go.
Joy is a toy maker. She makes steel toys with wheels and bells on. She makes toy jeeps with fenders and steering wheels and brakes.
Okay, and the question is, the toy maker is Joy. She makes fenders and steering wheels and brakes for her toy. She makes toy jeeps. Okay, and if you could use that page to go down the line by line, because I got a lot of print here on some of these, that blank page.
She oils the wheels on her toys, and her toys seem to sail on wings. The boys and girls say, Joy is the girl who makes the slickest toys. Joy sells her toys by mail. Ray walks to Joy's with his mail sack. She sends her toys with Ray. Ray's back and feet pain from the sack of shimmering toys. He limps on his way with his mail sack. Seeing Ray limping makes Joy weep.
Okay, we can slide up a little. Do the boys and girls like her toys? Let's go back up to the beginning. Can we move it to the right just a little bit? Okay. The boys and girls say, Joy's the girl that makes the slickest toys. Now, by slickest, they probably mean really cool. Question 4, how does Joy know Ray's feet hurt? Let's go back to where Ray comes in here. Ray walks to Joy's with his back and feet pain from the sack. He limps on his way with this mail sack, so that's how Joy knows. She sees him limping. Does Joy feel sorry? Seeing Ray limping makes Joy weep. I guess she feels pretty badly.
She says she will rack her brain and make a plan to end Ray's limping. Joy says, I will talk to May. We will make a plan. Joy takes a walk to see May. She tells May to rack her brain. The girls talk and talk. Joy and May wish to make the best plan. We wish to make Ray's back and feet well, say the girls.
What's the purpose of the girls' plan? Why are they making a plan? We wish to make Ray's back and feet well. What does Joy tell May to do that means to think? Joy takes a walk to see May. She tells May to rack her brain, which is figurative language for think. Looks like we're getting busy on something.
Joy takes wheels, a sheet of steel, 3 sheets of foil, 3 pails of paint, and a pan of oil. May pounds and bends and bends and pounds. Joy sands and paints and talks and spills. May oils and talks and spills. The girls toil and toil.
Who spills the paint? Joy sands and paints and talks and spills, so it looks like Joy must be spilling the paint. Who spills the oil? May oils and talks and spills, so May must be spilling the oil.
Ray is lingering by the lake. He flings his mail sack on the sand and walks into the lake with his swelling feet. May ran to the lake.
What does Ray do to help his feet? He walks into the lake. Need to go, it's a little bit, well, we're on the next page now anyhow.
She and Ray talk. She strains with his mail sack on her back. She and Ray walk back to Joy's.
Looks like they built something and they're hiding it underneath a cover.
Joy tells Ray to take the sheet from the mound by the tree. Ray takes the sheet in his hand and sees the toy blimp. Joy tells him the blimp will make the mail sack sail by the trees. Ray says, will the blimp make Ray sail into the trees?
What is the mound? Well, if you saw the picture, it turned out to be a blimp, okay? What's it for? Well, they tell him the blimp will make the mail sack sail by the trees. They want him to use it to deliver the mail. Is Ray sure it will work well? How do you know? He says, will the blimp make me sail into the trees? Do you think it'll work well? Looks a little shaky to me. Is there any more? That's it. I think this story is continued on the next one. So once again, we have a couple pages of words. These are words that aren't in the story. Can you go over to the left side first? Okay. But that you should be able to read now that you have had all these units and all these single letters. And copies of these are with the Lesson 10 in the Elkins Randolph County Public Library and can be received for free from there, okay? Now we're ready for practice number 10. Over on the whiteboard, if you have a paper that's numbered 1 to 20, I'll go slowly, try to let you get your answer before I do. Our units again are OI, OY, and OI. Same sound, 2 different spellings.
Spell boy.
Boy. B-oy.
Add 1 unit to spell boyish.
So we have to think back to our ish unit, which I think we just had last lesson. So we got boy-ish.
Spell a girl's name, Joy.
Joy, capital letter, Joy, J-O-Y.
Spell oil.
Now here's where the spelling changes. We use the O-I unit for oil.
Add 1 unit to spell oiling.
Well, we're just going to add our ing unit now. Oiling.
Add a letter to spell toiling.
We want to put a letter on front. Toiling.
Spell sling.
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 Sling. Sl. Ing.
Spell flounder.
Flounder. Oh, we're going to have to go back and get some other old units. We have fla. This is that FL combination, the blend. Ound is our 4-letter unit, O-U-N-D. Is our 2 letters, E and R. Flounder.
Spell ploy.
Ploy. Pla. Oi, and we're going to use the O-Y.
Write a short sentence. We walk and talk.
Now we have to use the sight words from the lesson. And for a sentence, of course, we start the first word with a capital letter, we. Walk, as I told you, has that silent L, and so does talk. And of course, we end the sentence with either a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point. We walk and talk is just a simple sentence, so we end with a period.
Write the letter of the last sound in soil.
Soil, L, L.
Write the letter of the last sound in wreath.
Reef, reef, F.
Write the letter of the first sound in blending.
Blending, blending, B.
Write the letter of the first sound in lax.
Lax, lax, O, L.
Write the letter of the fifth sound in stranded.
You said the fifth sound, stranded. S, T, A, N.
Write a word that rhymes with toy.
Toy. I'm just going to go to my first one. Boy.
Write a word that rhymes with foiling.
With foiling. Foiling. Boy, boyish, joy, oil. Oiling, toiling. Let's go with oiling. Foiling, oiling.
Write a word that rhymes with grounder.
Grounder. Boy, boyish, joy, oil, oiling, toiling, sling, flounder, flounder, grounder. Sounds like a rhyme.
Write the letter of the sound that occurs twice in flail.
Flail. We have to listen to that word. Flail. F-L-A-L. I hear an L sound twice, so the letter L occurs twice in flail.
Write a 2-syllable word from lesson 10.
2 syllables. Boy, boyish. Oh, we can stop right there. There are more of them. We also have oil. Oilings, 3. Toilings, 3. Although some people say oiling, toiling, so they could say 2. Flounder also has 2, but boyish is definitely 1. And reading tip number 10. Reading tip 10. There we go. Go ahead, read.
Reading tip number 10. Listen, really listen to good music. This can help your brain build new connections, which in turn may help you read better.
Yeah. So we've been doing music all along. We start and end with music every lesson. You've been hearing the sounds of is while we do the practice writing. So just build your brain with music because it's fun. If you haven't looked is up on the internet yet, you might want to do that if you have internet. Okay. Let's look at the instant words. We're going to review the first 101 to 125 and take a look at another 25 today. So we'll go down through this first column pretty quickly. Are you in there, Jerry? Okay. All right. So got new sound. Take only little work. No place. Year. live or live, pronounced either way, me, back, give, most, very, after, thing, our, just, name. Can we go ahead and run it up a little bit? A little further? Okay. Good, sentence, man, think, and say. We've had those a couple weeks now, so we're going to move on. Can we cover up the other half of the page? We're just going to focus on 126 here. That's good. A little over to the right because we're covering up a lot. Okay. So, starting with 126, great. No units. It has the word eat in it, so you got to be careful. It's not greet, it is great. Where has an but it doesn't really sound too much like were. It's where. Help, through. This is one people get mixed up all the time because it also looks like tough and though and thought, but through. So you have to give that some extra effort. Much. Before has the or unit. Line. Right has the it unit. IGHT we're going to have as a unit soon enough. To has the u unit. Mean has an an. Old is a unit and a word. Any, there's the an unit. Same. Tell has the l unit. Look at here, is boy, which is one of our units today. Follow has the o unit. Came. Want has an an. Show has the o unit, just like follow. Can we slide up now? A little further. Thank you. Okay, show also. Around, there's an ound unit. Form has the or. Three has the e unit. Small has no units, but there's the word all. And set, no units, but it's only 3 letters. So there's our next. We got the first 50 now out of the second set. By the way, remind you again that these pages are at the Elkins Library, free for the taking. Okay, I put both the second 100 and the third 100 down there, so they're all there right now, and they're willing to give you a copy. Okay. Let's do the unit search with the page of the story. The girls make a plan. This is the whole thing. This page also is in the library for you to practice your reading if you want. Here's an ache. Here's an an. Here's an oi, ache, and there's also an here. Ache, e, oi, e, and, l, ache, oi, e, and an and e and but it's really, it does kind of sound like steering. It does sound like the blend of the two. An ing, e, and an ache, oi, ache, and ache, and and e, ing, e, and ache, or, and oi. So you see, you can spend a lot of time, and that's why the story, the reading program is so powerful, because the units are just over and over and over again for you to get them in your head. Okay? So head on down to the library and pick up a copy. Now we'll do the make a word activity with the blank board. What do I do with my eraser? And we have oi and oi. So we had boy, koi's a word, doi, foi, goi, joy, fg, joy. Can be a name or just a state of being. Toy, soy sauce, and so forth. Oi, usually this one works better with the letter at the end, like the L, okay, or foil, or boil, or soil. So there's something you can make with the oil. And these are things you can do on your own just to mess around with the letters and the sounds and the units. All right? And the blends, use the blends too. And that paper with the blends is also at the library for you to get a copy of. All right. Time to review this song by writing it, if we can get the original words there. Not those ones, the first one. That's the other one. It should be on the floor beside you, the first song. And one more time, we're going to put is on. Do you have the one that's clean? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get is ready for the last time.
1, 2, 3.
Oops, lost them.
We're on.
There we go. I'm going to write right-handed today. My arm got too tired last time writing left-handed.
Twinkle, twinkle.
I'm going to fade them out there. I want to leave it there because I want you to remember the English words and remember that melody. Because next time we're going to start using that melody and we're going to put some of our own words to it. That's been my purpose for giving you this song. So I could write a lot faster right-handed, but it's a little bit sloppy too. So. But the point is to get practice writing in longhand or cursive as they call it, because that's another great brain builder. Great brain building exercise, writing longhand. And printing is good too, but writing longhand's even better. It's kind of like drawing. All right. A little bit of real life reading for you before we finish with our song. Okay. If I can just get in there for a second. This is a cool little book I got quite a few years ago. They always say life doesn't come with a set of instructions, but this guy decided that it does. And he wrote a book called Life's Little Instruction Book. Let's see if I can angle that there. 511 suggestions, observations, and reminders on how to live a happy and rewarding life. The fellow that wrote it, H. Jackson Brown Jr., he wrote it for his son. It was a kind of a book of advice he wrote for him when the kid went away to college. I'm just going to read a few pages. This is the beginning. It says they're numbered. Compliment 3 people every day. Here's probably my wife's favorite. Have a dog. And it doesn't say anything about cats, but have cats too. Watch the sunrise at least once a year. Remember other people's birthdays. And over-tip breakfast waitresses. I would amend that to say just over-tip waitresses and waiters all the time. They don't make much money. And they deserve to be tipped. Skipping to 132. Visit Washington, D.C. and do the tourist bit. When someone's relating an important event that's happened to them, don't try to top them with a story of your own. Let them have the stage. I see men do that to each other all the time. You know, one guy tells a story and the other one has to tell a better story. It gets really annoying. Just let the one person have it. Don't buy cheap tools. Craftsman tools from Sears are among the best. I like this one. Patronize drugstores with soda fountains. Try their milkshakes, right? Try everything offered by supermarket food demonstrators. Be bold and courageous. When you look back on your life, you'll regret the things you didn't do more than the ones you did. Okay, here's a nice one you put some big letters. Never waste an opportunity to tell someone you love them. And finally, one of my favorite pages, read to your children. Sing to your children. Listen to your children. Get your priorities straight. No one ever said on his deathbed, gee, if I'd only spent more time at the office. And finally, take care of your reputation. It's your most valuable asset. So, cute little book. You can find this at yard sales all the time now. It's been around quite a while. So, whoops. Life's instruction book. All right, now, if I can find I had several special pages here. And what have I done with them? Here we go. This is our next version. No, we need to, I have a special one here, this one here. I'm going to do a parody version of the word song. And the first line I'm going to talk, before I put it up, I'm going to put something up here. I talked about repeating your readings and reading the same thing over. I did a little math this past week. This is stories number 1 through 10. This is songs number 1 through 10. This is our program so far. We've done 10 lessons, counting today. Story number 1 had 26 words. The questions from it had 27 words. The song I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry had about 105. So I counted all the words. Notice the stories get longer as you go. The one Jane read today about the girls make a plan is 318 words, and the questions to it are 103. So I've totaled all the columns, all right? Here's your total for the story, or for the songs, for the stories and the questions, and it adds up to 3,575 words. So if you read through the songs, stories, and questions for lessons 1 through 10 3 times, you're over 10,000 words. 10,725 words, which is a good amount of reading. Okay, so that brings me to the next song. It's my other version of words. That's not the one. It's down here. It says a parody. Sorry. Okay, so words, a parody by B. Dylan. Parodies, when I'm taking their music, I've written my own words to it. Humorous imitation. And here we go. Once again, I want to thank Jerry, Kevin, and Jane here. Thanks to Dr. Ferris and the Randolph County Schools for the use of the building, and Richie Carr and Dee Roth for making the building available. And I hope you'll take some time and keep rereading and rereading until you get really fluent. And by now you should be starting to feel some pretty good confidence about your reading. You know, we've finished, this is our second book we finished. And if you've been working hard, you should feel like you've made some real progress. Read 10,000 words a day, and soon enough you'll find a way to see the patterns in the words. It's just another game to play. I know that it may grieve you, but still you must believe you will succeed. If you will practice every day, you'll be surprised how well you read. Look for units in the words, and don't forget your blending skills. The more you do these things, you'll find that reading can provide some thrills. I know that there are times you think that I have gone insane. It's only words, and words are all I have to help you change your brain. It's only words, and words are all I have to help you change your brain. It's only words, and words are all you have to help you learn to read. So So 10,000 words a day or every other day. Go for it. And happy reading to you. See you next lesson.